What's up, fellas? Today we are hitting shoulders. My basic plan is just to pretty much pre-exhaust my shoulders with heavy OHPs. Maybe, yeah, like 3x5 seems like a good idea. And after that I will just have a couple of face pulls and obviously like lateral raises. And to finish it off, I'm planning at least to do some behind the neck pressing action, because I know that it really kills my lateral delts. So it's a great finisher. You know, you can do it with a lot of weight, but you want to be really strict on those with a lot of range of motion in order to really stimulate your lateral delts and just get some general injury prevention benefits. So the first set is 35 kgs. The warm-up felt a little bit heavy, so I'm not really trying to push with weight, too much weight at least. On this exercise, you know, my spine feels somewhat uncomfortable, so I just don't want to really risk injury, you know, or anything. So, I mean, let's see what happens with this weight. Hopefully I will hit like 5 or 6 of these. Yeah, that was true failure. So instead of 5 or 6, I got 13, which again just really shows that I was like fucking chronically under training all this time with the weights. You know, I have essentially doubled my strength because I just try really hard to push my sets to failure, or very close to it. You know, that was very close to it. On OHPs, the bracing will not become a problem. Unless you are using way too big loads, pretty much your core strength and your spine is not gonna become like the limiting factor or anything. Your shoulders will definitely, and your triceps also, provided you do it with a closer grip. So this old school exercise is like literally what the old school natties used to blow up their fucking shoulders. So they must have knew something, because I'm definitely feeling my shoulders like hell. Whew. Just did a drop set. Ah, fuck. Intensity just fucking cracked over the roof, you know? Yeah, so it makes pretty much 3 sets, you know, pretty sustainable. I got a lot of stimulus for this low amount of sets, you know, but for the front delts, I mean, it's quite enough, because, you know, it's getting indirectly stimulated by all the vertical and, you know, incline pressing that I do, but I have to hit the rest of the delts, you know. So next up is face. Yeah, so I mean, I'm feeling a great contraction for sure, but I feel like the weight is just not enough. And the problem with this variation is that you can't really go heavy on this because, you know, like you're not technically bracing against the bench because the weight is pulling you up. So, but the contraction is like crazy on this variation. I just tried it. I mean, I like it pretty much. I get better connection with my rear delts compared to the, you know, regular one. So I will just increase the weight on it, and if it doesn't work, if I fly the fuck up into the space, we know the problem, you know. Yeah, that still felt great, you know. Weight is still somewhat low because I completed like what, 15 or 17 reps, something similar to that. So on the third set, which will be the last, I will just increase it to fucking like the whole stack and see what happens then. I assume it's gonna be way too heavy, but I gotta try it. There's like, when you're doing something, at least do it well. that consists of a lot of trying, you know. So shoulder workout got cut pretty short. You know, I will just write it on the screen, but I did yesterday, and today is arms day, and I already did one set, so I can't film it. I'm doing concentration curls and then maybe some incline curls and then cable curls and something for the triceps. You know, that's the plan, and I will film from now. So yeah, like, preachers are one of the rather greatest exercises for biceps. I can really feel the contraction, and also if I modify like the torso position, I can get a pretty great stretch. So you may have seen that on the last couple of reps. I did modify my torso position, but I controlled like the eccentric very well on that last rep especially. You know, I achieved a great level of intensity with that. So I'm pretty satisfied with this exercise. I may have to up the weight because I did this for 13 and 14 reps each arm. You know, my right arm is a bit weaker. It's unusual, but it is what it is. So for triceps, the general rule of thumb is that you do push downs before any kind of extension, skull crusher, dumbbell extension, all of this bullshit. And the reason for that is that you, like, at least for me, extensions hurt when I do them, like cold, you know. Not cold because I warm up with the extensions, but I find that just the pushing the push downs hard before is the greatest way to warm up my elbows really well. So in order to complete that, we are hitting heavy sets of push downs. So, full stack rate. I'm pretty satisfied with my strength right now, even though I'm in a calorie deficit, you know, so I was not supposed to be eating PRs. Well, but you know, this is somewhat of a different variation because I'm letting my elbows like out, you know, flare a little bit, actually a lot, so and it's not dangerous to flare your elbows or anything. It's supposed to be flaring in a natural situation. So like, yeah, that's like a fun variation, which I can only recommend, you know. So, arms are not finished completely, but I just thought that I should check the pump, which feels insane, and also looks pretty insane at the same time. You know, fuck. Just so I can get the thumbnail in, you know.